The world is full of breathtaking destinations, but some of the most dangerous places also hold the most shocking travel stories. From encounters with wildlife to run ins with extreme weather and even life threatening situations, these places challenge even the most seasoned adventurers. In this video, we'll dive into 7 spine tingling travel stories from some of the world's most perilous spots. Whether it's surviving in war zones, navigating through natural disasters, or facing criminal dangers, these stories will make you rethink your next adventure. Get ready for tales of survival and shocking experiences you won't believe. Today, we will talk about 7 shocking travel stories from the world's most dangerous places. So before we get started, make sure to hit that like button. Also subscribe to my channel. Traveling to the world's most dangerous places is something that few would dare to attempt, yet many have done it. These destinations, often notorious for their extreme risk factors, offer a unique kind of adventure, one that comes with a price. Whether it's because of political unrest, natural disasters, or dangerous wildlife, these places test the limits of what travelers are willing to endure. In this video, we will take you through 7 shocking travel stories from the world's most dangerous places. These are stories of survival, near-death experiences, and astonishing bravery that reveal the incredible lengths some people will go to in order to experience the world's most extreme corners. Stay with us until the end because one of these stories is so unbelievable that it will make you rethink your next travel adventure. 7. Healing Fields of Cambodia. During the 1970s, Cambodia was under the brutal regime of the Khmer Rouge, a group led by Pol Pot that sought to transform the country into an agrarian socialist society by any means necessary. The regime's reign of terror resulted in the deaths of an estimated 2 million people, nearly a quarter of the population, through executions, forced labor, and starvation. Today, Healing Fields of Cambodia stand as a somber reminder of one of the darkest periods in human history. For those visiting, it's not just a history lesson, but a shocking glimpse into the horror that unfolded in this peaceful country. However, tourists have reported disturbing experiences during their visits. Many speak of a strange sense of unease, with some even claiming to hear whispers or footsteps where no one is around. The most shocking story comes from a tourist who had visited the memorial site and then later suffered from recurring nightmares. In these dreams, they saw the faces of people who had been executed, and when they woke, the nightmares would not stop. The psychological toll of visiting such a place can be as intense as the physical danger it once presented, and it raises the question, should some places be left untouched for the sake of peace and healing? 6. The streets of Caracas, Venezuela. Caracas, the capital of Venezuela, is infamous for being one of the most dangerous cities in the world. With a high crime rate, especially in areas plagued by gang violence and political instability, it's often regarded as a no-go zone for travelers. But for some daring tourists, the allure of exploring a city on the brink of collapse was too great to resist. One such tourist had been warned about the dangers before arriving but decided to visit anyway. Upon stepping into one of the city's poorest neighborhoods, they were immediately caught in a gunfire exchange between rival gangs. Miraculously, they managed to take cover and escape with their lives, but the trauma was profound. This shocking story isn't just about the immediate danger of the situation, it's also about the grim reality of life in Venezuela, where daily violence is a part of the landscape. Some travelers have come to the city to witness firsthand the effects of the country's economic crisis, but what they discover often leaves them shaken and deeply disturbed by the human suffering they encounter. 5. The volcanoes of Indonesia. Indonesia is known for its stunning landscapes, but many of its islands sit within the Pacific Ring of Fire, making it home to some of the most active and dangerous volcanoes in the world. Mount Merapi, located on the island of Java, is one of the most active volcanoes on Earth, with eruptions occurring regularly. It's also the site of one of the most shocking travel stories to come from Indonesia. A group of tourists decided to visit the volcano despite warnings from local authorities. They hired a guide to take them up to the crater, where they could observe the volcano's activity from a safe distance. However, while they were on the slopes, Merapi erupted violently without warning, sending plumes of ash and gas into the air. The group had to scramble for safety, running down the mountain as the ground beneath their feet shook violently. Known as Death Road, Bolivia's North Yungas Road is infamous for its dangerous terrain and high fatality rate. The road winds through the Andes Mountains with steep cliffs and sharp turns that drop hundreds of feet below. For years, it was the main route connecting La Paz to the rest of Bolivia, but it has since been replaced by a safer route due to its extreme dangers. However, some adventurous travelers still take the risk to cycle or drive down this infamous road. One tourist, an experienced cyclist, was determined to conquer the Death Road despite its reputation. After riding for several hours, they lost control of their bike on one of the sharp bends, plunging down the mountainside. Miraculously, the rider survived but was left with serious injuries. The incident made international headlines, bringing further attention to the perils of cycling down this notorious route. What makes Death Road even more disturbing is that it's not just the road itself that's dangerous, it's the unpredictability of the weather, the heavy fog, and the reckless driving of locals that add an extra layer of risk. For anyone considering this extreme adventure, it's a sobering reminder of just how dangerous it can be to take on such a treacherous path. 3. Mount Everest, Nepal. Mount Everest is the tallest mountain in the world, and climbing it is a lifelong dream for many adventurers. But the mountain's fame comes with a heavy price. Every year, dozens of climbers die attempting to reach the summit, and the dangers of altitude sickness, avalanches, and harsh weather conditions are very real. One of the most shocking stories comes from a climber who had reached the summit but was unable to make it back down. Stricken by altitude sickness and too weak to descend, they collapsed just short of a rescue attempt. Their body was left on the mountain as a grim reminder of the deadly risk involved in attempting to conquer Everest. What makes this story particularly shocking is the growing number of traffic jams at the summit. As more and more climbers attempt to scale Everest, the once pristine mountain is becoming overcrowded, and climbers are facing even greater risks of not only physical exhaustion, but also delays in rescue operations. Everest may be the ultimate test of human endurance, but it also raises ethical questions about commercialization and the safety of those who dare to make the ascent. 2. The Sahara Desert, Africa. The Sahara Desert, the largest hot desert in the world, is often considered a barren wasteland. But for some adventurers, it's a place to push their limits and embark on a journey through one of the harshest environments on Earth. That's exactly what a group of tourists did when they decided to trek through the desert without properly preparing for the extreme conditions. What followed was nothing short of harrowing. As their guide lost his way, they became stranded in the vast desert with no water and no hope of rescue. Days turned into a desperate fight for survival. One tourist was reported to have succumbed to dehydration, and the others barely made it out alive after several days of walking in search of help. While the Sahara Desert holds an undeniable beauty, it's also a place of extreme danger, especially for those who underestimate its power. This shocking story serves as a reminder of how crucial preparation and respect for nature are when attempting to explore such an unforgiving environment. 1. The Arctic Circle, Norway. At the top of the world, the Arctic Circle in Norway offers travelers the chance to experience some of the most pristine landscapes imaginable. However, it's also one of the most unpredictable and dangerous environments for adventurers. One of the most shocking stories from the Arctic Circle involves a group of travelers who signed up for an expedition to see the Northern Lights. What began as an exciting adventure quickly turned disastrous when the weather turned violent and the group became lost in a blizzard. With temperatures plummeting and visibility at nearly zero, the group faced the terrifying possibility of freezing to death. Fortunately, they were able to call for help, and a rescue operation was launched. The rescue team arrived just in time to save the group, but the experience left them with a deep sense of respect for the Arctic's ferocity. The dangers of the Arctic are real, and those who venture into this icy wilderness must be fully prepared for the harsh conditions that can quickly turn deadly. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comments section below. Before you go, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.